Well, Chris Valerio joining us now, super dark, super early from San Francisco, to tell us a little bit more about Facebook's move to create two classes of stock, a sign that some, Chris, are reading as a prelude to an IPO, even though the company doesn't say that, but I guess we're going to talk about that later. What do you have, Chris?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it here. I mean, we got to be up bright and early, right? Because this is an exciting story, let me tell you. So here's the deal. Looking like the company is taking those steps. The company saying it introduced a dual-class stock structure. So think of the New York Times, Berkshire Hathaway, Ford even back in its day. These are examples of that dual-class structure. Essentially, they're converting all current shareholders to Class B. That has 10 times the voting power of Class A shares. Now, Facebook in a statement did come out and say that this should not be viewed as a sign that the company is planning to go public, and also that Facebook, quote, has no plans to go public at this time. That is what they are saying. Remember, back in May, founder Mark Zuckerberg came out and said he does expect an IPO, but he isn't necessarily focused on it. But we all are, of course.
And Chris, I mean, Google did this as well, right?
Yeah, you know, Google did it. Look, here's the bottom line, Deirdre. This is all about power, right? So Google, right before it went public, remember, it did this dual-class structure. Sergey Brin, Larry Page, they wanted more control of the company, so they split the shares, and they issued that second class of shares, coincidentally also 10 times more powerful than the other class of shares. So, again, a lot of similarities here, and this is what everybody's talking about down here.
So, Chris, I mean, Facebook said this move shouldn't be viewed, right, as a sign that the company is planning to go public. So why would they do it now, if not? Any other reason?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I mean, a lot of the people that we've talked to at Bloomberg say, no, not really. Again, there's so much anticipation around this deal, when it's going to happen, how much it's going to be worth, how many people can get in on this. And it's much harder to split shares after an IPO. New York Stock Exchange, for instance, you can list, you can't split it after that. So a lot of people saying that this really could be just another foundation and heading towards that direction. Back to you.
Chris, thanks so much. Chris Valerio there for us from San Francisco.